Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Happy Wednesday. Weather is absolutely awful today, so I'm glad I'm in my workshop, all snuggled up with the heater on, building Robocop. And that is what we're going to be doing today, stages 27 to 30.
Drop it!
So I don't know if this is still available. You will have to check the link. This is to the Fanhome website. There is a link in the video description and there is also a QR code on the screen. Now, if you remember, we had done this leg. And there you go, look, head comparison. I'm guessing we're finishing the Phi section and there is actually 4 stages in this. So I don't know if that means that we're going to be starting on the other leg or what. I haven't got a clue. I haven't even looked at the magazines because I like to do that with you peeps. So what I'm going to do, get on with that now. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So here you go, stage 27. Here's the magazine. And we are doing the left thigh. We've got the top part of the thigh here. We're going to be putting this together. And that is exactly how it's looking. Now, does that mean that's finished? I'm thinking that thigh is finished once this detail's on here. Well, we'll have to see, won't we? And then this is the rest of the magazine. So let's take out all these parts, and we've got to be careful that I'm not throwing away any details or screws. I've got a habit of doing that lately. Now the armour plating on the legs, a mixture between plastic and metal. Now the piece here is plastic, as in this piece here. Now what I need to do is take these two pieces and I'm actually going to be joining them together. So quite simply, probably best on the top camera, this is just going to be fitting over the top of this section here, like that. So it's looking like that from that side, but we do have to put a tab in to join these together. So I'm just putting that on, and it's going to be held in with these CP screws. So personally, I think the best way to do this is to actually just put on one tab first on this side, and then bring this piece up here, and put the other CP screw in that side. See, it holds itself in, and get that nice and tight. In stage 26, we had this part here. We're now going to be joining both of these parts together. So quite easy at the top camera to see how it goes. This is just going to go over the top like this. And again, we've got a tab that we had at the top here. I'm going to be putting a CP screw in there. And that's going to secure the top section down. But then I want to secure this bottom section as well. So we've got another tab just to put on here. And again, CP screws to hold this into place. Get them nice and tight. Probably best to use my other screwdriver here. There we go. That's how that's looking. So it's pretty easy to see how this goes. We've got 4 lugs here. We're just going to go into these holes here. So it's just a case of lining everything up just like that. Excellent. Now this time I've got these EP screws, and these are going to go in from this side here. Now there's 4 of these to put in. You do want to make sure that these are clipped in on these edges here and here as well. Then I've just got the 2 at the top here. Then there are 2 more to put in, which are just through the holes at the end here. They do go down sort of like at a 90-degree angle straight down there. So don't try and put them in at an angle here. You want them to go down like that. So now that is what that whole leg is looking like. All I've got to do then is just over this point here, I do have a little detail to put in. It's going to go in this way, and it's just a push in. But that is all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 28, I've got no idea what we're doing. Let's have a look. There is still some more details to do on that leg. So we're going to be adding these details here, just like this, so it looks just like that there. Here's the rest of the instructions. And again, we've got some details, and we've also got what's in this bag here. Bring the leg over, and we're working on the front of the leg here. And I've got this plate, which is plastic again. It just needs to go into the lugs on each side here. And there we go. So that's on, but I do need to attach this with some BM screws. So we've got 2 holes on this left side, which are for the BM. So they're going into metal. One there. And one just underneath it here. And then I want these BP screws, 2 of these. And they're going to be going onto the 2 holes just on the other side here. So that's 1, and that one's 2. Then I've got a bit of trim, which is going to go into the holes here. We've got 2 lugs on this, so one at the top, one in the middle. Push that into place. There's one at the bottom as well, actually. So now that looks like that. And then we're shielding that with this part here. Look at this, OCP Police. I like the stamp on that, which again is just going to push into these points here and here. Turning this around, as you can see, we've now got this hole to fill. That's going to be having this blank here. And again, we've got a large and small lug, so we just need to line them up correctly. That way round and push that in. So it goes all the way down. God, that came together really quick, didn't it? And then looking around for holes, I've got one more hole here. So I've got this blank to go in there. So it's just a case of lining it up and pushing it in like that. That's brilliant. So that, I'm believing now, is definitely a completed leg. In stage 29, here's the magazine. And this time we're going to start the right calf. So it looks like we're bringing over the foot that we created right at the start, and we are now starting to build onto that. And here's the rest of the magazine. So it is the next leg that we're starting now. And as if by magic that appears, that's looking like that. Let's just put that to one side. I've got stage 29 details here. This is quite heavy, so I'm guessing this is metal. It is, it's really heavy. Check that out. And then all the rest of the details here. Now, I thought I'd lost the spring, but look at this metal section here. Look, the spring was actually stuck on the side of it. But I need that spring, because what I'm going to do is put the grated side of this plastic sort of bush into there like that. I'm putting the spring over the top of it, and then I'm going to be putting this joint part, which is metal, over the top of all of that together. So now we have got some springiness in there. It's held in with one of these flanged RM screws. And perfect, that's in. You really do want this to be quite tight. I can turn it by hand, but I do want that a little bit tighter, because when the leg's on here, it's going to be easy to move. And then I'm going to take this metal part of the calf, and I'm just going to line this up with the 2 lugs there, just like that. And in that smaller hole just at the top, I've got a flanged FM screw to go in, which goes in here. Get that nice and tight. I have put this in some oil. And with that in, that's all there is to do in that stage. So finally in this pack, stage 30, here's the magazine. And again, we're going to now start building on the right leg support. So now that's looking just like this. And that will be the end of that pack. So let's do this. Lots of smaller parts in this one. And the first thing I want to do is take the part that's looking like this with a ball joint and put this in the part which has got an R stamp in it into there like that. I'm going to be buddying that up with its partner on the other side. So that's going to be going in the top, sort of to clamp all of this stuff together. Here's a case of just lining it up. There we go. So now that can turn in there. And I do need to put 2 BP screws in here to hold this together. That's 1. And that one's 2. Excellent. So now that's in. Looking just like that. Now, just exactly like we did last time, they want me to undo the screw just at the bottom of this rod here. So now that can come out. Let's get the screw out. And they want me to put this into the point just here. So again, it's coming out the bottom. If I put that all the way down, that's exactly how that's looking. Then keeping that screw that come out, it's now time that I can put this back into the bottom of the foots here, because I'm going to hold that in now with an AP screw. So we had to take that out to be able to thread that other part on. Because what's going to happen then, that's going to be going in there kind of like that. The only other thing left to do now is to take this part at the top and push this back on there like that. Now I don't know what way it needs to be orientated at the moment. I'm looking at the other leg and we want the flat side towards the leg here, but we're not actually attaching any of that down. Don't need these AM screws because I did save the AM screw from originally when I put that in, but that is the end of the next leg, albeit that we haven't actually attached this section yet, and that's all there is to do in that pack. A nice simple build today. I needed a nice simple build over the last 2 days, but looking pretty good, isn't it? So that's another 4 stages done. I'm not quite sure when the next 4 stages are coming. Hopefully soon. I normally get them at the beginning of the month, so they should be here once I'm back from Wonderfest. Now, obviously, we've got some things coming up. I've got this on the 4th of July. I've actually finished the Sprueverse Challenge. I believe Phil Siegel over on the Sprueverse Challenge has finished his. I believe Lou Dalmaso over on Aztec Dummy has just about started his. So hopefully we're all going to be in time for the July 4th reveal. But for now, it's behind that sheet, and that's not coming down until July the 4th. But I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.